You installed Claude's browser extension. It can read your Gmail, your Google Docs, your calendar because you asked it to. Now you install some other, unrelated extension. A theme, a coupon finder, whatever. That second extension can quietly reach into the Claude tab, forge a click you never made, and tell Claude's agent to go read your inbox for someone else. No jailbreak, no dodgy website, and as of the reporting, it is still not patched 8 versions later. This is a follow-on to a flaw called ClaudeBleed, found by Manifold Security. And one honest precondition up front. The attacker needs another malicious extension already installed in your browser, one that can touch the Claude site. So it's not a random web page. It's the extension sitting next to Claude in your toolbar. But what that neighbor can do is the problem. Quick context. The original ClaudeBleed let a page feed Claude any text it wanted. In May, Anthropic shut that down. Now an outside caller can't put words in Claude's mouth. Instead, it can only trigger 9 fixed, pre-approved tasks baked into the extension. And that allow list was a real improvement. But look at 3 of those 9 tasks. Usecase-gmail, usecase-gdocs, usecase-calendar. They read your mail, your latest doc and its comments, and your calendar. The prompts are locked. Triggering them, it turns out, is not. Here's the actual gap. The prompts are locked down, but the thing that activates them never checks whether a click came from a real human. So any extension that can reach the page just builds the button, sets the task to usecase-gmail, and fires a synthetic click. Manifold did it with 6 lines pasted into the console. The logs literally flagged the click as not trusted, is trusted false, and the extension honored it anyway. In OWASP's terms for LLM apps, that's indirect prompt injection wearing a fake fingerprint. Now how bad this is comes down to one setting. In the default ask before acting mode, the forged click loads the Gmail task, but an approval box still stands in the way. You have to click allow. Annoying for the attacker, survivable for you. That's rated high. But if you turned on act without asking, the hands-off mode where Claude just does things for you, that same forged task runs silently. No box. No warning. Your inbox, read and gone. That one flips it to critical 9.6. And there's a second, quieter issue. If Claude's side panel loads with a URL parameter, skip permissions equals true, it boots straight into a mode that skips all permission checks. Today, that's not remotely exploitable because only the extension itself is supposed to build that URL. But it means the approval step, the one thing protecting default mode users, can be switched off by a string in a URL. It's a crack in the load-bearing wall. Fine until some future bug lets an attacker near it. Here's the part that stings. Manifold reported both issues on May 21st. Anthropic acknowledged them the next day and closed them, folding the click bug into the still open ClaudeBleed report and marking the URL oninformative. An internal fix was marked resolved before June 9th. But Manifold checked version 1080 in July, and the vulnerable code, the click handler and the panel setup, is byte for byte identical to what they first reported. 8 releases, no change. To be fair, resolved might mean a fix is still coming, or a judgment that the leftover risk doesn't need one. From outside, you can't tell. But the code hasn't moved. So what do you do right now since there's no patch? 2 things. Turn off act without asking so the approval box comes back. And review any extension that has permission to read or change data on the Claude site, because that neighbor is your real threat. That restores the prompt, but it does not remove the forged click path. And the lesson underneath. This isn't a model jailbreak. It reproduces on Opus, Sonnet, and Fable because the bug is in the extension, not the AI. It's a classic confused deputy. You gave an agent real authority over your accounts, and it can't tell your click from a forged one. Put an AI in your browser with everything signed in, and whoever can reach it can borrow its keys. An AI in your browser is only as safe as the extension sitting next to it. If you want these breakdowns every week, subscribe. Go on, hit subscribe.